job, then you ask. Do you know that
That's the
girl?
thing. Nobody
Lola
will
Young?
ever say that I'm too clean.
Emma.
Nobody has ever told me I'm too clean.
Oh my god.
They would only say I'm too messy.
Do you know Lola Young? Do you follow her on
Yes.
TikTok?
Gabby, I've met her before.
Okay, like now you're just pissing me off. Like I already can tell you're gonna piss me off. I'm being serious. Answer the question.
I have seen Lola Young on my For You page and in real life.
Like, why are you like making a joking of this matter? I'm asking you a serious question.
What about her? What do you want to say about her?
Do you know her? Yes or no?
Yes, I know of her.
You know what she looks like?
Yep.
I can't tell if you're being
Fi-fi,
serious
fi-fi.
or not.
Fi-fi, I know what she looks like.
Okay, then describe her.
She has brown hair, big eyes, like kind of grunge looking.
Yeah.
Kind of curly brown hair a little bit. Or no, I can't remember.
No, she's kind of has like a mullet.
Yeah. Because when you click into that sound, you can see the original sound.
And it's her. Oh.
Yeah. Also, for those out there, I just said fi-fi. That's our like family's.
Don't give away the family secrets, Emma.
Well, I don't want them to think that I can speak another language.
Oh, I promise they don't think that.
I can
They
speak
know.
a little bit of Spanish.
No, she can't. Don't let her fool you guys.
Me gusta margarita. I actually can't speak a little bit of
Me
Spanish.
gusta tequila.
Me
Me
gusta.
gusta big girls.
I was gonna say it.
Grande hermanas, big sisters. Hermanas grande.
How do you say
All
fat?
my-
How do you say fat?
Grande, big. Guapo. No, it's handsome.
No, guapo's ugly.
Gordo, ugly.
Okay, whatever.
Ah,
Clearly,
shit.
we're not bilingual.
Okay.
But guys,
Welcome to another week of Hefty Gals. Welcome them back, guys. Emma.
welcome back to our show. It's an honor to have you here with us today.
It's an honor that you guys are
And
listening.
I will say,
There's really not many of you out there, so the ones that are listening,
like you
thanks,
guys could
girls.
probably all fit in our living room.
You know,
Like, if
literally,
we had a
I'm
live
like-
show, you guys could all fit in here with us.
Get sit right next to Selton right there. Selton, do you want to say hey?
What's that?
Okay. He was waiting
And
for
you're
that.
done.
He's
And you're
been
done.
He's been looking at me like tapping his foot, like, please let me
Let
talk.
in.
Please.
Let me turn my mic on.
It's only week 2 of Selton having a mic, so I get it. It's exciting.
yeah.
You know, you want to like really like
You want to
use
be a
it,
part of the group. You are part of the group.
but make sure you don't talk until we ask you to. Okay.
Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't abuse your powers. Hey, try not to abuse your power. Ever heard that song? Billie Eilish.
Yep.
Yeah. Powerful one.
Guys, this week me and Selton aren't in a fight. We're actually doing great.
Wait, this week I'm going to see Billie Eilish on Friday, IRL, with some of my besties, and I'm so freaking excited. I kind of just remembered about that.
Do you know what you're wearing yet?
No, but I do have some TikTok sounds saved for the concert, and I know this always happens. I like save a bunch and then I never freaking make them. But this time I'm going to make them.
You're going to.
I'm gonna have Macy come over early before the concert so we can get
You
her
know,
done.
Gabby has to make her TikToks because it might be the last 2 weeks.
God. The TikTok is actually getting banned this time. And you know what? I'm taking off all of my screen time restrictions. Not that I had any on, but if you guys have some screen time restrictions for your apps, turn those off and enjoy your last few weeks of scrolling. And because the party's going to be over here very soon. So
Yeah.
get your last scrolls in while you can. This actually is like the worst news that I could ever possibly get because the party's literally over. Like it's
I'm like
done.
training myself to become like a YouTube girl. So yesterday, instead of scrolling,
By training herself, she means watching YouTube.
yeah, that's how you train yourself to become a YouTube girl.
You get
Watch
inspo.
YouTube. So no.
Or you
I
could
mean,
just
like as
be
my
original.
form of consuming it instead of because I'm not gonna have TikTok to consume at night. So now I'm switching over to YouTube
It
already.
actually makes me sick to my stomach to think about a world without TikTok.
No, but I need some suggestions on like who do you guys watch on YouTube? I love Molly May from Love Island. I love her accent. I
You
love her
like-
aesthetic.
Very different YouTubers than I like to watch.
Yeah, you like to watch like slushy noobs.
I like to watch like podcasts on there. I just found a new podcast called Nevermind, and it's the people that I follow on TikTok, and I listen to their podcast once. It's pretty good. They live in New York.
Okay, I'll add it to my list.
I feel like I watch podcasts on YouTube more than I watch like a actual YouTube video.
Well, I'm new to it, so maybe I will start watching more podcasts on YouTube. But I do have some beef with Gabby that she.
What?
So, Gabby's posting her on Reels her post shower routine, and she's putting her body oil on and putting on her
I don't know what you're
boob
about to say.
scar stuff. And I'm
Bio
watching-
oil.
I'm
Bio
wa-
oil.
Yeah, bio oil. And I'm watching the video, and I'm looking at her rack behind her in her bathroom. She has like a skincare shelf,
Oh.
and I spot my Actually, it's $350. My $350
Okay.
moisturizer on her rack. And let me tell you guys something. I've been out of this moisturizer for weeks now, and I haven't let myself rebuy it because I'm like, okay, let me.
And
just
how
like,
was I supposed to know that?
How
Guys-
the heck does Gabby have my moisturizer at her
No,
house?
this is what let me, hold up.
Ugh.
Hold on.
I'm taking it back today, by the way.
Hold on. I go over to Emma's a couple weeks ago. She has this huge like shopping bag size full. She's like, I went through all my products. These are all the ones I'm literally throwing in the trash because I can't give them away because they're like half used. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take it to my house and like go through it because I'll probably want some of them. She's like, yeah, I like used some of them, whatever. But she's like, I can't like gift them to anybody. So I'm like, okay. Word. Brought it over to my house. It's like a half used rich cream. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I don't know why you put that in there.
Is it the rich cream or the cream?
It's probably the cream.
Oh, okay, then you can have it. I meant to give that away.
See, okay. See, I'm starting beef for no fucking reason. When you're the one who gave it to me, how was I supposed to know?
I feel like you should have like questioned it. Like, as a sister, you should have known your
I
intuition.
think you're right. No, I think you're right because I think I read it and it didn't say the rich cream. So, because at first I was like, why'd she put this in here?
It's not very thick. It's not like super thick.
No.
Okay, you can have it.
Bruh.
Hey,
See,
problem
this is what
solved.
I'm saying.
Problem solved.
This is what I'm saying. Communication is key, guys.
Hey, if it was mom, she would have said, my favorite cream.
No, mom would have been
You
like,
took my
I'm keeping
favorite."
it. Well, you gave it to me, so I'm keeping it. So it doesn't matter. So I'm keeping it. Nope. You gave it to me. That would be mom's first reaction.
Guys, we've had a great week, actually. Every
Oh,
week's pretty
speak for
good.
yourself. No, speak for your fucking self. I actually have had the week from hell.
Oh, true. But one positive that I think you can agree on is we went and we had dinner with one of my childhood best friends,
That was fun.
Emma. Her name's also Emma. And she lives in New York now. And we were just talking about how crazy it is that we grew up in Missouri and now we're like the adults that are like, I have a friend in New York. I'm going to get dinner with her. Or I have a friend in LA. I'm just like,
yeah, every time we go to
this is
New
what
York, we,
dreams are really
we
made
see
of.
her, and every time she comes, oh,
My brother's trying to call me. We got to answer this real
be
quick.
professional, Emma.
No. Hey,
This is subtle.
Joshy.
This is subtle foreshadowing, guys.
Your baby boy.
Hey, that's perfect. We're live on the pod right now.
Finish,
Say hey.
finish the song.
How we doing, y'all?
I said this is subtle foreshadowing because you're going to be on the podcast next week.
That's what I was calling you to tell you is that you are our Christmas special guest.
So we're gonna dress him up like an elf. He's gonna be sitting right in the middle.
Do you have any Christmas costumes you can wear?
Dressed up?
Of
No,
course.
it's okay.
I will.
Let's get him the Buddy the Elf
I
costume.
don't know. Maybe I'll be Santa.
No, let's
Oh,
get him the
perfect.
Buddy the Elf costume.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we yeah.
Joshy.
Tell them what they have to look forward to. What are you going to bring to the podcast next week?
First off, I am the ultimate Hefty Gals fan. I've been a fan since the beginning of time.
He hasn't listened to one
I grew up
episode.
with these queens, so I have major insights into the mind of Emma and Gabby that no one else has seen. So we're
Oh,
gonna deep dive. We're gonna
he's
deep
gonna be
dive
dropping some crazy Emma Gabby lore.
lore, and I'm just gonna bring all love and a lot of laughs.
In light and
Okay,
love.
Perfect. We love you. I'll call you back after the pod. Bye.
To our
Baby.
Hefty Gals or Die. He's gonna be bringing light, love, and laughter to our Grande Hermanas. Yes,
See.
Hermanas Grande. Right?
Sultan a few weeks ago, we're sitting on the couch. He's like, what should I caption this like reel or something? I'm like, I don't know. I gotta look. He puts his caption, live, laugh, love. I'm like, were you using that in like an ironic way or
Seriously.
unironic way? Sultan, we need to know. How are you using that caption? Was it serious?
It was just something to put down. I wasn't really thinking about it.
So you don't know the joke of like live, laugh, love? Oh, he was using it seriously.
That's okay. That's okay.
You know what? He really was live, laughing, and loving.
He was live, laughing, and loving.
Not as a joke, but as for real. Wait, so why has
It's
your
a
week,
way of life.
why has your week been horrible? This is news to me.
This is actually like it's making my chest tight thinking about it. Like every time I think about it, I actually get sick to my stomach. I just don't even know if I want to like talk about it yet.
You need to be real. You need to be hashtag real.
I don't know
Hashtag airy real.
I don't know if there's other people out there that are scared of the dentist or have the
Dental
same
anxiety.
No. And it's not, just anxiety around the dentist. Usually I don't, but this past year of my life, I've had like the worst dental experience. So whatever. Finally find a new dentist that are nice and normal and like a good dentist. I go in because one of my teeth that a different dentist worked on has been like bugging me, hurting me, really sensitive, to hot and cold, yada yada. And so I go in expecting like, okay, I'm gonna have to do a root canal on that. Like I've prepared myself mentally. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to get a root canal. And also I saw this thing on TikTok and it was this girl like, you should live your life like thinking of every situation. What's the best outcome? Like what's the best possible outcome of what I'm about to do? Like I'm like, okay, yes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the dentist. Best possible outcome. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go in. They're gonna say it needs a root canal. I'm just gonna get it. I'm not gonna feel anything. And my problem's gonna be fixed and it's gonna be so good. I actually went and it was the worst fucking outcome that you could ever imagine. Like I swear to God, it like worked opposite on me. I'm like, oh, I'm never using a TikTok trick again.
Reverse.
Literally, I went in and so they're like, okay, we need to do a little CT scan on your tooth. And there's a crown on that tooth. So I don't know if you know this, but when you get an x-ray, it can't see through the crown. So you can really only see the root of the tooth, not the whole thing. Anyway, we get the scan back and the dentist is like, yeah, it looks like there might be the shakiness of the picture, but there might be a crack in your tooth. And I'm like, well,
who did that?
Like, what the hell that got to do with me? Okay, what's that mean? She's like, and if we open it up on your root canal and there is a crack, we're gonna have to pull the tooth. I literally, I was like, what the fuck did you just say? It's like time froze. I was like, oh my God, thinking of them having fucking pliers in my mouth, like ripping my shit out. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. They don't break it up like a wisdom tooth. Like they literally have pliers and pull your tooth out.
How do you have so much knowledge on how?
Because I saw this video and it literally traumatized me of Jelly Roll's wife. She had to go get a tooth extracted and you could tell she was like so nervous. The second they did it, she like left the office. She's like she had so much anxiety around it. And I remember watching that being like, oh my God, that's my worst fucking fear. Like if I hope that never, ever, 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 ever happens to me. I'm like, thank God I take such good care of my teeth. Like this is, that's never gonna happen to me. Lo and behold, that might be fucking happening to me. But I'm like, maybe I should think of the best possible outcome. But no, after that, I got that news. I was like,
okay, but it's not for sure that they're gonna pull it. It's only if
there's a crack in there. So I'm still holding out hope that they're gonna open it up and be like, oh, it was just the shakiness of the picture. If there's no crack, we can just do root canal. Bada bing, bada boom. I've never like the fact of like that I'm hoping for a root canal is crazy. I'm like, oh,
what even is a root canal? Do you know,
bro? Well, obviously you're numb, but they go down into all of your like little there's like little prongs in your teeth. They go all the way down to the nerve, take like all of the pulp out of the middle of your teeth and like fill it up. So they're going in, taking the nerve out. So it's just like kind of like a dead tooth now. There's no feeling. There's no nothing.
Just like filling it up.
But they fill it back up with like,
ew.
Right? They go in and like literally drill everything out and pull it out and scrape it out.
Well.
So, and literally after I got that, I was like, I had to go to the thing. And then they're like, and that'll be $400 for the consult. I'm like, and that doesn't even go towards the root canal. I'm like, okay. You guys need to kill yourself. And then I went to my car and literally cried for 3 hours. I called my dad. Mom was no fucking help. She's like, oh, sorry.
I was in the car on speakerphone and you called Mom.
I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do? I'm like,
we thought somebody had like shot Gabi.
That's how I felt.
So hard on the phone.
You don't
she couldn't
understand. You don't understand how much that scares me. Getting your tooth fucking pulled out.
You just tell them this. This is what I do. Let me give you a trick. Let me give you an insider trick.
God, like I can't even talk about it anymore because it's actually stressing me out
when you go to the dentist and they like have to numb you.
But hopefully that's never gonna happen.
Anything, you act like the biggest baby. You're like, I feel pain really, really bad. Nothing. I always tell them this. Numbing never works on me, so they'll give me like double numbing. I tell them I have a lot of anxiety. Like, you really make sure that you're getting all the stops pulled out for you.
I literally was like, do you guys have like laughing gas here? Like, is that going to be an option for when it's happening? She's like, No, I don't think she's like, yeah, we do have that, but I think you'll be able to do it. I mean, I work on kids. I work on.
Tell her you
I
need
was
it.
like,
Tell her you
bruh,
need it.
add
Give me
it
the
to
laughing
the.
gas.
Literally, I was like, add it to the invoice and let me know how much it's gonna be because I'm not doing this shit like sober. There ain't no fucking way.
Do you have any
But
words of
but
encouragement?
can we just put out there in the universe that it's just gonna be root canal and it's gonna be fine?
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Sound off in the comments if you guys think it's gonna be fun.
Please, God, please.
Sultan, do you have any
This is literally
words
it.
of encouragement for my little sister who's in a time of distress?
I'm literally like this thinking
She's
about
a damsel in distress.
Well, my experience, because I had like 2 like major things, like elementary school. Long story short, ran into a wall. It cracked half of my tooth. The nerve was just hanging there. And they had to like, so half of my tooth is fake and half of it's real.
They didn't pull it all out though.
No, they just.
It's your front tooth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of my front tooth. And then
Or front teeth.
and then I had one of those things where it's like, you know how like when you're young, your tooth doesn't come down and they have to like open a hole and pull it down. I had that done, stuff like that. I mean, really
Hey,
not that
Gabi,
bad.
look at him now.
I feel like though when you're young,
I'm
it's
a
not that big of a
survivor.
deal. But now that I'm older and I know exactly what's happening, it's like more scary because I know exactly what's going on. When I used to go to the dentist, I was just like, okay, whatever y'all need to do.
Well, that's just
like
life
I
in general. That's life in general.
I know. The more you know, ignorance is bliss, bro. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm never looking up a fucking anything, any
Yeah,
type
don't
of
look it up.
procedure.
No.
I just came on my For You page.
Okay, well then you scroll. That's what I've learned. But don't worry, you're not gonna have that issue anymore because TikTok will soon be banned, and your anxieties
That doesn't
will
make
be
me feel
taken
any
out of your
better,
life.
bro.
Well, in other news, really exciting news.
Emma don't care about this damsel in distress. You're like, nah,
'Cause,
okay.
like, that's the thing. Why dwell on it? Like sitting here worrying is not going to change anything about the situation. So you need to just like live your life, and then when it comes, you handle it as it comes. But sitting around for weeks being like anxious, it makes it like it's literally helping nothing.
Well, it's hard to ignore when your tooth is hurting you every single day.
Yeah,
You're thinking about it all the time. Tooth pain is the worst type of pain.
stomach pain is worse.
And she was like, if you're having any pain, I can give you pain meds. I'm like, you're just handing out pain meds. And my thing is a month away. You want me to take a pain med every single day? Like, what are we doing? I was
Well,
like,
there's some people that they probably
bruh.
do need that if it's the pain's that bad.
yeah, but I'm like, my whatever operation is a month away.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Well, let's hold some space.
Let's hold some space for the space that might be in my mouth here soon.
If the tooth is pulled. What was I going to tell you? Oh, no. This is actually okay. Let me take your mind off of it.
Okay.
This is really gonna take your mind off of it. Guess what?
What?
You're gonna love this news. This is positive for you. I turned the heat on my at my house.
Thank fucking God.
I woke up this morning. It was at 66 degrees. I'm
That's
like,
how
okay.
mine was.
If it drops below 67, then that's when I turn the heat on. What
Mine
about
was
you?
at 67 this morning. I'm like, oh, hell no. I put it up to 70 because I knew you guys were going to come over and be like, it's so hot in here. And my toes are freezing right now. And I have socks and slippers on.
My
so,
toes are cold too. Do you want the heating pad?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, so the heat is
Yes, this
on. We
damsel
have
in
now
distress.
entered winter in LA, and I'm loving it. I love winter in LA. We went to a little Christmas market this weekend, and it really felt like the holiday season because it's kind of hard to get into the holiday spirit when it's like 75 and sunny, especially when you grew up somewhere where it's like snows.
Wait, one more thing about my tooth? Just like
Oh
really
my
quick.
Guys, literally this whole time Gabby's been talking about this, she hasn't been realizing someone's been in the corner looking at me like this. Like change the subject, like
Well,
move on from
hey,
it. And Gabby
No,
can't let
I
it go.
can't. I have one more thing to say.
What?
I called my dad and I was like, Dad, this might happen to me. Blah, 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 blah. He's like, which tooth is it, Gabi? I'm like, it's the second one from the top on my right side. He's like, bruh, I had the exact same problem with my tooth 4 months ago, and I had that exact tooth pulled 4 months ago. I'm like, now what in the hell is going on here? And,
Guess-
and
guess-
no, and it's not even you just get the tooth pulled, and then after you have to put an implant into your bone of a fake tooth.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's not gonna happen to me. But isn't that weird that I had the same exact tooth out of all the teeth in your mouth? The exact same
That is
one
weird.
as that.
Fun fact, I have one less tooth on the bottom because I didn't want to get an implant. I had a tooth growing dead, and the option was to either just bring my teeth all together after they pulled
Probably
it.
not because you didn't want to, because mom didn't want to pay for it.
No, I was like 6 years old. It's kind of like a
No,
big
you
surgery.
weren't. You were. It was when you got braces.
No,
You
I
were
was
in like 5th grade. I remember this.
guys, this is too much about our tooth
Sorry,
history.
I'm like getting really like heated. Okay, sorry.
Let's move on.
Back
What
to
else
the
happened
Christmas spirit.
What else happened to you this week?
You know what? I've been sucked into the BFF podcast, Brianna's Chicken Fry. I've never really kept up with it,
Dave
but ever
Portnoy?
since I've never been in like Barstool like world, but ever since she came out with the episode about Zach Bryan, like I tuned into that one, and I've listened to every single episode since. I'm like, wait, y'all kind of got me there.
That's kind of how I feel like you do really keep growing as a podcast.
You
'Cause at
have
some
one
point you
really
kind of,
viral,
plateau, story.
yeah.
That shoot that I did last week, you know, that big project that I was working on.
Yes.
The guy there, the main production guy, looked just like Dave Portnoy. Wait, how do you say his name?
Dave Portnoy.
His name's-
Portnoy.
It's kind of hard to say. Dave Portnoy.
No.
I literally showed up to set and I'm like, oh my God, this must be Dave Portnoy's house. Like this, I thought we were renting out his house because that's how much he looked like him.
Really?
And I'm looking around like, does anybody else know that that's Dave Portnoy?
Wait, but it wasn't. He doesn't.
No,
I don't think he lives in
doesn't.
like Miami or something.
And I told him he looked like him. I said, have you ever heard this before, that you look like him? He goes, oh, the Barstool guy. Like, yeah, I've heard that before. So I wasn't wrong. I do like finding people's like doppelgangers, like you said.
Me too. That's
Gabi's
like one of my best
hidden talent.
That is my hidden talent.
If you guys want to know who your doppelganger is,
I'll
send
find him for
Gabi
you.
a photo in the Hefty Gals DMs.
And I'll find them for you. Something about faces. I'm like, I think I was made to be like a plastic surgeon or something because something with faces really clicks with me in my brain. I don't know what it is. Like I can find features on everybody and be like, oh, they have the same exact like left eyebrow as Selton. Like I'm just faces to me. I don't know what it is. Or
Yeah.
if somebody needs a tweak of like, oh, they would look, sounds fucked up, but like they would look so much prettier if they got like some cheek filler, maybe like some Botox on that right side just to lift that brow to even it out.
Yeah.
Facial balancing. I feel like I'm pretty good at that.
I do feel like it's a universal experience for women who, when the first time you go to get any type of like Botox or filler, the injector, like their whole job is to like learn how to make a face more symmetrical. So they kind of start giving you suggestions on like, oh, like maybe a little cheek filler would help.
Yeah,
and a
under
little
eye filler.
under eye filler, and it feels like so offensive. Like I was
Like,
I was
well,
so
damn.
offended. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's rude. But now I get it because I'm like, oh, that's like their job,
And they know
And they just-
exactly.
and they're not calling you ugly. They're just like looking at you as like a.
Oh, speaking of calling people ugly,
Oh, don't even start.
let's get into it.
Last
ahead.
night, Gabi came over to my house because Selton made homemade cinnamon rolls from scratch. They were 10 out of 10. She needed to do a taste test. And honestly, like I feel like her coming over privileges should be revoked because she decides to tell me that I'm ugly and that I've been
I didn't-
ugly for my whole life.
Whoa. I didn't say you were ugly.
Yes,
Emma
you
said, no, you
did.
said something like, I think I'm the prettiest. Like something of like, do you think I'm like the prettiest I've ever been? I'm like, no, I think you could do better. Like, I don't think that this is your peak. That's what I was saying. I'm like, I don't think you right now is going to be the peak. Like, I think there's going to be different ebbs and flows in your life. And I think,
No, but you said it as if I've been prettier before. Like you were like, you think this is like the prettiest you've ever been? Like, psst.
well, everybody has like their eras where they were the prettiest. And that's just.
And Gabby's saying mine's not now, and that's
Yeah,
fine.
And
like,
that's fine. And Emma acted like somebody like fucking kidnapped her firstborn. She's like, what? I'm like, oh, no one's ever called you ugly and it fucking shows. Like I've been called ugly every which way, shape, or form forever.
From who? Who
From
called
you,
ugly?
from the internet, from my siblings. I'm like, no one ever has ever told Emma that she's ugly. So I'm like, you know what? Someone's gonna have to do it and it'll be me. Someone needed to humble you.
And at
and I
first, it took me down.
You were like,
it was like
what? You what? I'm like, okay.
I felt
Let's not be over
slow-
dramatic here.
I fell slow motion to the ground, and then this is what happened. While I was on the ground, I thought, "Do I think I'm ugly? No, I don't." So I got
I didn't
back
say
up.
you were ugly. I didn't say you were
Guys,
ugly.
I got back up, and I am the bravest soldier there ever was because I already decided it doesn't matter what you think or what anybody else thinks. If I feel pretty, then I am,
okay.
and that's what you have to tell yourself every morning when you look in the mirror. Do you think
Okay.
you're pretty?
Oh, that's and then she asked me that. well, do you think you're pretty? And I was about to say, yeah. And she goes, wait, you think you're pretty? Exactly like that. I was
Guys,
like, oh.
it was payback time. I had to make. Gabby was
No,
trying to
you're
play
a
mind
fucking
games with me
bitch.
over here,
You're a
so I had to
bitch.
play them back with her.
No, I'm like, no one has ever like humbled you, and I'll do it.
Yes, they have. People call me fat all the time.
Okay, that doesn't count.
It does. It's still like people think it's like an insult. They're trying to bring me down today, but you guys can't. You won't.
You won't break my soul.
You won't break my soul. You won't.
I'm telling everybody.
I was thinking about this.
Wait, should we talk about what's happening in the freaking media? Like, guys, we're fucking cooked. I'm sorry. I think I think everything's giving me a little bit of anxiety lately. Everything's freaking me out.
I'm gonna give her a soul off.
Literally, the drones.
Wait,
Is anybody gonna talk about the drones? The drones. The drones. The drones. Emma's like, I don't know. I haven't seen one. I don't know what you're
I
talking
like to
about.
live, like you said,
Ignorance is bliss. Maybe
But
I need to do an
there is one
unplug
thing.
session.
There's actually 2 times in
And
my
Donald
life.
Trump is about to be our fucking president. Like, we're literally done for.
Let me tell you
sorry.
something.
What?
Let me tell you something.
let me tell you something.
There's 2 times in my life where I've really been affected by something that the story from media like really stuck in my head.
Oh
And
my
they're
god.
similar. They're
Probably
similar.
fucking animal. It has to do with an animal.
It does. First one.
Wait, hold on. Did you see that video of people going on the turkey trot on Thanksgiving, like the 5K and deers hitting them? I wanted to send it to you, but I knew you'd be scared.
I sent
You're like,
it to you.
it's gonna happen to me.
I sent it to you. No, it was this family. They were on their turkey trot 5K, and all of a sudden they start screaming because these deer start running across like where they were supposed to start the race.
This is what Emma thinks is gonna happen to her every time she sees any animal.
No, I used to be so afraid of deers growing up because there was a lot of them in Missouri. No, I sent you that video. We'll have to put it on the
I
screen.
used to have dreams, or I don't know if like this feels like it really happened to me, but I think it was a dream, obviously. But in our backyard, in our childhood home, 117, I had a
Parksy
dream.
Court.
Yeah, there was always deer in the backyard, and I had a like dream, or this is a memory for me, but it's not real. That I like walked out with a deer and was like cuddled up, like we were cuddled on the ground, like just like laying together.
Gabby like smoked.
Like I was like petting
you
petting
like
them.
smoked in
No.
high school and then like went outside and was like,
Emma, this is like when I was little.
Oh, so you
Bitch.
see, now I had a dream, more like a nightmare, that a deer, when I was letting our childhood dog out at night, that it would come up really close to the window and break through and then be in our kitchen, like skidding around. And that it would get
Aw.
really close to my face.
That's makes me
Yes.
sad for the deer, not
One
for
of my
you.
worst fear is a deer hitting my car and it coming into the car and getting stuck like this.
Kicking you.
No, the deer's face being, oh my god, being in the car. I'd be like this.
Oh, hi.
You've never
I would
thought
love
of
that. I would love for that to happen.
Yeah, oh my god, if a deer's head, like imagine being like this close to a deer's head. Please.
Emma, deers are not scary. Like, I don't know. I think you're the only person who's scared of a deer.
Well, I was in the
don't
car
know
one time when
anybody.
a deer hit mom's car on my side. And I just closed my eyes. But you never even let me tell my story.
Okay.
So there's 2 times in media that I've
Stories have affected you.
and they're very similar. First one is in middle school. I think it's middle school. There was a news story about a rat being found in a Mountain Dew bottle.
Oh, I
Remember
have
that?
news for you. They've been found in Alani News.
And that's what I was going to say. And then it's like history always repeats itself. There was a rat found in an Alani New can. But you have to know that my love for Alani New is so strong that I still drink it. But I do shake the can a little bit to like feel like,
it feels a little bit heavy.
because that's even worse. Imagine opening up a can and a rat's
That's
face.
what I think. There was a story from Aunt Diane that at Steak and Shake, that there was like a little
Oh.
baby mouse in the ketchup bottle or something.
Ew. Please. Please.
See, that
Somebody-
doesn't bother me. I would feel just so sad for the little rat. Oh
Uh,
my god,
and
he got
that's-
stuck in here.
I'm literally crying so hard thinking about that deer. Like I have tears running down my face right now. I do have a lot of fears in this life, but
Happened to me.
we want to get into media first.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like it this way better.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm not. I was passing it to you.
Okay, what happened in media this week? Matilda Jerf, the owner of Jerf Avenue, which is a clothing brand, is getting canceled on.
Wait, there's this guy who's on TikTok and he like does like a weekly like kind of review of like what's happening.
culture.
Yeah, pop culture. And he's like, Matilda Jerf has been outed for bullying, and he's like, I don't know why this is a surprise to anybody. You look at her, she looks like the meanest bitch you've ever seen. So I don't know like what everybody's up in arms about.
See, I think it's like a little bit surprising because I feel like she gives like, she always had the very much like cottage core, like that vibe, because she has the big blowout, like the like checkered sheets, like a very like, I don't know what another word is besides cottage core.
Soft.
Yeah, like a soft aesthetic. So that's why I think it is really
Surprising for some people.
surprising.
But this is Emma was like, I feel like when you first found out, you're like not defending her a little bit, but a little bit. You're like, well, how do you expect a woman to start an empire being fucking nice to everybody? I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. I think you were seeing a little bit into your future because you're a mean boss and you don't want anybody outing you.
No, I definitely think the things that people are saying are valid, and like she definitely did cross the line and making a culture like toxic. But I also am like, guys, I feel like it shouldn't be that surprising.
If it was a male boss, would y'all be up in arms the way you are? Or if they weren't an influencer? You know, I'm sure there's so many mean male bosses out there, but they're just not influencers or in like famous whatsoever, that it's just like,
yeah, they're not going to get canceled. Yeah, you can like report them to the company, but like they're never going to get fired. But I do feel like to some extent, like when, I don't know how, I guess I feel like it sounds like I'm like a woman hater like saying this, but it's like to get shit done, you kind of have to have a little bit of a personality of being a bitch.
A woman hater? What is that?
Like, because people, it's like when there's like really successful businesswomen and they like are not demanding, but they like tell you what to do. If it was like a man, it's like, oh, he's like direct or he delegates. Where if it's a woman, it's like, oh, she's a bitch. Like she doesn't work. Like it's always, you can't have, when women do something in business, it's always like they use the word that she's a bitch or she's this.
Bossy.
Yeah. Or she's emotional or whatever. So it kind of sucks that like this is like being proven true in this scenario, but also like in any type of business, you have to be demanding and stuff. There's a right and wrong way to do it. So I don't know. Obviously, nobody knows the true details of what happened behind closed doors, but just know majority of people's like big bosses in a big company are probably not the nicest people.
Right. That's true.
You know, like I think that's a very like fair, like overarching statement to make. I'm not saying that's all true. Like we went on a trip with NYX, the period panty brand, and the CEO, who I think she actually sold part of the company. But like she's amazing, is actually very kind, very nice. Like there's definitely, I'm not saying you can't be a nice person and be a CEO, but you definitely have to have traits where you like,
they didn't get to those positions like by being nice
to
the
every
nicest
single
person.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think.
They get done what needs to get done.
For sure. What do you think about it?
I don't really know.
This is what I think. I do think it's a loss for the plus size community because she was one of the brands who her sizing went up to 3X. And she also collabed with Frankie's Bikinis earlier this year, allowing them to have extended sizing in that drop. And it sucks that like now she's being canceled because it's like, dang.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
First it was like, Meow, took away their plus size.
They're actually bringing it back. They just sent me some new pieces.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because the pressure works. Some people like put somebody underneath the spotlight and say, make plus size clothes.
I love how all the Kardashians though, like Kai, Good American, and Skims, all of them do it exactly right, where it's not like there's a plus size section. It's just every single piece on the site goes up to that size. So it's like the same exact, like the same pieces just in every size. Like it's not like, oh, this is the plus size section and everything looks completely different.
Well, I don't know who had said this, but somebody had said, oh no, actually I think it was Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian had said, you know, I felt like when I was shopping and I would go to like the bigger clothes, it was like these retailers telling me, oh, you're big? This is what you would want to wear. As somebody who is big, you probably want to wear this, not what the straight size girls are wearing. And it's like, no, the retailer should not be telling anybody what they think they should be wearing. They should allow everybody to have the option, and you pick what you want to wear, right? Like, not like, oh, we're not going to put crop tops in the plus size because the big girls aren't going to wear the crop tops.
Yeah.
No, give them the crop tops, and if they don't buy it, they don't buy it. But they should still have the option too. It's just very interesting. So it just sucks that Jerf Avenue now is like getting this rep, because I feel like it's a loss for the plus size community, but I also am not going to support somebody who is rude to people. So I could go on and on about that topic.
Get them. It's 11/11. Make a wish.
Are you going to
make a Christmas wish?
Got it.
No, like announce it. Like say it.
If you say it out loud, it won't be true.
But it's a Christmas wish. It works differently.
I wish that our family doesn't stress me out when they stay with me.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
They will.
Well, I'd already changed 11/11, so sorry, I can't say my wish.
Okay.
It's 11/12.
Are you going to talk about the drones? Because you won't shut up about them.
No, I'm just like,
what is it? I haven't seen the drones at all. So what is it?
There's just like literally there's been like 3,000 sightings of drones like all across the US, and people are like, what the hell is going on? And nobody's really like saying what it is. So clearly it's like the US government, like it's clearly like an inside thing. It was on the news. What were they saying?
Do you have more insight, Sultan?
I mean, I got a little bit. I saw like a few little clips, but it was like, I forgot who they're interviewing. They're interviewing some government official or local police, and they're like, oh yeah, we contacted like National Guard, like the FBI, like seeing like what these things were. And like, they just, wherever they looked, they saw like more. Like, oh yeah, we saw 13 over here. But they didn't really say like what it was or anything.
So nobody has confirmed from the government that it's them.
No, so it's
like, is it? But it also could be like Russia or something.
What do I know?
You know?
I don't think it's Russia.
But this is how I feel. I have nothing to hide. If you guys want to surveillance me, you're just gonna see a big girl in her matching pajamas, going to Pilates. Coming home, eating cottage cheese with ranch seasoning in it.
Oh, what a life you live.
And if you guys surveillance Gabi,
what a life you live.
What are they going to see if they surveillance you on a drone?
Me waxing my arms, me hanging out with Wolfie, giving him wet food, me getting a root canal. So,
Gabi crying in her car about her possible root canal. No, but what I'm saying, like, I don't understand. I'm not really like, when people are like, oh, they're stealing our information. Take it. Like, y'all, please. Like,
they're already taking it anyway. Like,
no, but also
no
like you act like who are you to be like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, oh, it makes me feel like you're saying I'm so important and my information is like they can't have it. Like, please, you're literally like a dad in Missouri, like who goes to his 9 to 5 and has like 3 children and
buying sunglasses on Amazon. Like,
yeah,
nobody want the recipe to your peach cobbler, bitch. Who cares except the cookies? Who fucking cares? Like, that's how I feel.
I don't understand why people are so weird about that stuff.
Like, okay.
I'm like, take it. Like, take my information.
Except cookies. Like, okay. Like,
I want cookies.
I want my targeted ads. I want something that I would buy. Don't give me like some random bullshit. Yes, I want it targeted to me. Huh?
Please.
Huh? Sorry. I'll get off my drone tangent. But if anybody has any like knowledge more than we do about the drones, tap in, please.
Yeah.
In the comments and let us know.
Yeah, let us know what the drones are and what are they
also,
doing.
People are still
also can like if you guys are gonna be up there, like put on a drone show. Like I love those
put
things.
some lights in the show. That's what people say. It's they're saying it's like a blue beam project, which means like they're gonna like put something in the sky, like Hunger Games style, like make something look like something's happening in the sky. I don't know.
To be like
the coming of Jesus.
Take cover.
I don't know.
The guys, they're probably gonna make like Santa in the sky, so all the kids think that Santa's.
Oh, I hope so.
Like actually in the sky.
That would be a great plot twist. Let's hope.
The drones are actually.
Guys, let's think about the best possible outcome of what these drones could be. Projecting Santa Claus in the sky, and there we go.
Delivering our DoorDash. It drops it right on your doorstep.
They do that with Amazon.
Yeah,
they have drones for Amazon. It's probably Jeff Bezos up there, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I do have to say one more thing about the TikTok ban since we're talking about media.
Yeah.
All these influencers are like
It's gonna be mourned.
posting videos like showing their degrees, like yeah, like if TikTok is banned, like guys don't you forget, like I have a degree.
Right.
Be so for real. You want to go back and work a 9
Emma,
to 5?
it's a joke. Emma, it's a freaking joke.
No, but they're trying to act like, because people are like,
silly.
oh no, these influencers are gonna be like screwed if TikTok gets banned. Like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, we told you it's not a good. There's no job security, and so people as influencers are trying to like.
They're playing into it. They're gonna be fine.
They're playing into it, being like, oh, like I have a job to go back to, but I just feel like I want to be in the comments like, you really think after living this life that you live now, you're gonna go back to nursing? You're gonna go back to like a minimum wage job?
They're not gonna do that though. That's what it's.
But they might have to.
They're like doing that to like play into the of all their followers, but they in their head know that that's not happening.
No, but their followers in the comments are like, yeah, girl, we know you. You used to work. Like, we followed you when you worked. Like, yeah, girl, we know you're a real one. Like, you have that degree. Like, you're not just an influencer. Like, people are feeding into it.
Yeah, they're doing it for those comments. But in their head,
But
they would never go back.
I know, that's why it annoys me. Cause I'm like,
I see what you're saying.
Know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, pull your nursing degree out, but girl, I know you're not going to be putting any IVs in when
you're never
banned.
Yeah.
You would do anything else but go back to that job.
Yeah.
Right? That's how I feel.
Okay.
Because I would never go back to speech therapy.
Damn.
Unless
TikTok gets banned.
No, I'm trying to think of a scenario where I would. Unless Sultan tells me that I have to or something. If he's like, if we had children and we like needed to put food on the table for them. But since we don't have kids yet, like I'll eat ramen.
What was that Republican shit that just happened right next to me? Oh, I would never do that unless Sultan told me to. Huh?
If I was like, I meant like if as a couple we decided like it was best for us to like, for me to go back and have a job. But besides that, like if it was my choice, I would not do that.
Okay. Well, good thing it is your choice, so.
True.
What are we talking about?
True. Okay, Sultan, would you ever make me go back and be a speech therapist?
If the money was tight.
If the money was tight, yeah.
But then if the money was tight, you could just like go out and like hunt and gather.
I mean, I go back to like engineering and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would love to see Gabi one time have a 9-to-5 job.
But my thing is like, what did you guys do during COVID? Because wasn't like everything shut down during COVID? Or did you guys still do like brand deals and stuff?
I was in school still during COVID.
Yeah, same. I wasn't really like, it wasn't my full-time job yet. I didn't have management during COVID.
I still had another year of
I mean, I feel like that would be very interesting is the people who were influencers during COVID and see like, did they still get deals or were they like in a dry spell until COVID was over with?
We were given actually, I think I signed on with my first management during COVID. And what we were told was you kind of have to adjust your marketing scheme. So instead of posting bigger priced items, like, because people are obviously not shopping.
Yeah, no one's buying anything.
But you would post like a small lipstick or you would post something that like, I think there's like a thing that said that during recessions, like luxury lipstick sales like go up because it feels like I can treat myself to something little in your mind. It like makes sense. So you kind of
you should have been linking those
Germex.
No, you should have been linking the sourdough starter kit so everybody can make their own food at home.
Yeah.
Ballerina Farms is onto something, bruh.
No, for sure.
So
and
I'm
I
saying
think
maybe it's subtle foreshadowing. She's like, guys, buy my starter dough, because we're all gonna have to be foraging for ourselves.
Plot twist: Ballerina Farm is the one behind the drones. She's pissed off at you guys for calling her.
Guys, the end is coming. The end is fucking near. Get your sourdough starters. Get that garden going in your backyard. Oh God,
the little like herb tower, the white herb
start
tower.
Planting your potatoes now. So next season,
live
off the land. Let's learn how to live off the land, guys.
Live off the land 2025.
Literally. You think the world is gonna end? It's like,
I feel like if it does, I've lived a great life. You know? It just sucks we won't be able to reminisce on the last few days. Like we won't be able to be like,
is there gonna be another Great Depression in the United States ever?
Sultan is saying yes.
Bound to happen.
Well, guys, when it starts happening...
Sorry, this is kind of a downer episode. I'm like stressing everybody out.
No, it's okay because this is the thing. We're here to be your guys' news outlet.
We are hitting the hard-hitting news, the things that matter. Matilda Jerf is up.
And if there is a Great Depression, we'll be the first to tell you guys. So make sure you're tuning in every Wednesday when we drop our episodes, because it is
keep up with the
news.
really things that really, really matter, guys.
Things that are happening worldwide. Okay, Gabby, now let's get into the segment.
You're so all about the segments. Like, why can't we just freaking vibe for a second?
What do you want to vibe about?
If you would ever have a garden.
Please look at me. I can't even pick up my bedside table. You think I'm gonna have a garden I have to take care of every day?
That's like my dream. I would rather just live off the land, be ballerina farm style.
We were talking about how like my siblings, like Emma, just pool all your money and just like then we can go make a garden, live in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, have like buy a big plot of land. We can all build our own house on the same like however many acres that you buy, and we can get little golf carts and drive to and fro. And have Sunday night dinners with our whole family.
Yeah.
I really was loving what that.
But it's like, how do you sustain that?
What do you mean? You're eating what you sow.
Yeah.
But and we could raise all of our children together. But I was really liking. We met this Orthodox Jewish woman. There's a lot of Orthodox Jewish people in Los Angeles who was helping Emma at her bridal appointment. And she was saying that every week they have one day.
You would say this to be politically correct. You would say people who are
Orthodox Jewish.
Yeah.
And she was saying that once a week they do like, it's like kind of like a big unplug. Like they don't even drive anywhere. They just spend all day unplugged with their family.
Yeah.
I'm like, that actually sounds pretty fancy.
It's called
nice.
Shabbat. Or
yeah.
Shabbos? Something. And they do it every week. I'm like, maybe I should do that on Sundays. Like literally turn my phone off for one day a week and just fucking vibe. It's called the Sabbath. You don't work. You don't. Yeah.
Maybe we need to bring that back, bro.
Yeah,
maybe
like,
they were on.
Because you guys remember growing up, Nickelodeon had that day of play.
Yes.
They didn't play like one show.
Outside and
like,
play 1
day.
hour a day. Yes.
Let's bring that back.
I remember
bring
like,
that back.
Gosh, looks like I'll go
I would turn on
outside.
TV and it'd be like this like banner across the thing. I'm like, they're like, get out and play
wait,
an hour a day.
I have
like,
a good
what
idea.
is this bullshit? Change it to Disney. I don't give a shit. Put on Hannah Montana.
If we ever have to miss a podcast for the week, we're not going to tell you guys. We're just going to upload a video that says,
get out and play an hour a day, guys. Get off your phones. Unplug an hour a day. 1 day a week. That's why I think we need to instill that into our lives when you buy that plot of land.
Wait. We didn't tell them a huge part of the week.
What?
This is actually the first time in a long time that I've been fully unplugged. #unplugged.
When?
We went to this Korean spa.
Oh, how could we freaking forget, bro?
Oh my gosh. So for my birthday back in September.
Don't say the name of it.
My mom.
For our 100 followers, they might blow up the crib, please.
So my mom bought me a spa day as my birthday gift back in September, and we haven't had a chance to use it. So we were both in town this week, and she was like, hey, let's go to the spa. I said, okay.
I was kind of nervous because it's not the bougiest of places. And Emma's a very person who has very luxury experiences in your lifetime. Yeah. So I was scared you're going to be like, I'm not using the communal, like.
No.
Slippers,
guys,
whatever.
For $180, let me tell you what we got to do. You come in, you switch into the spa shoes. I also will say my mom called ahead and asked them if they had bigger robes. I need to post that video. I made a video saying like, oh, my mom like called, and it was like, I feel like that was like a healing moment for me, like healing my inner child. That mom, like, I didn't have to ask her. Like, she was just like, oh, by the way, I called to make sure that, like, they would have a robe that fits you.
Period.
And I'm like, she pays attention to me, you know, because I've like posted before that spas and hotels never have robes that fit. But
that is sweet.
They had an XXL robe. It did fit me, and we put it on. And then there's this like, pretty much it's only women in there, only women spa. Everybody pretty much like walks around naked. Like, you really just can be.
It's a Korean
free.
spa.
Yeah, and so you can like sign up for services. I think you have to sign up for services.
You have to like book it, yeah.
Book an appointment to get in.
Or you can book 60 minutes just using the amenities.
So you go in and there's all these amenities that you can use like before your service. So we did a clay sauna. We did a salt hot tub,
steam
cold
room.
plunge.
Did you do the cold plunge?
And yeah, I loved the cold plunge.
Did you put your shoulders under?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I did do it. a steam, like an herbal steam room. They had ice sauna, so like if you got too hot, you could cool down in there. They had a salt room where
They
you
have
lay.
also a heated jade floor that they kind of like close the curtain, so it's kind of dark in there. I just like at the end of everything, I put my headphones in and just kind of like lay there for a little bit. You
Yeah.
could read a book, like you could spend all day there.
But you guys should definitely look up your local Korean spas, because let me tell you what they do. For $180, you have access to all of that, and then before your actual appointment time. So we got there like 2 hours early to like spend in the spas. And they also have a red light therapy room, which is like all the rage
An
these
oxygen
days.
room.
Yeah. But they call you back, and there's like a little lady, and she has on like a black bra and panties, and that's like her work attire. And she calls you back. You literally go naked. You lay on a table, and they have you lay face down, exfoliate your whole body. So they have these exfoliating mitts and scrub full body. Then they go on your side, keep scrubbing you. Then your front, scrub you. Like it is a head to toe. You feel like you're a big baby on the
Like
table.
getting a bath. Like you're just like flipped around and just like,
Oh my gosh, it's so nice. So then you go shower off the scrub. You come back to the table. They have it all cleaned off for you. And
it's called the wet room. These are like wet room because everything is like they like are pouring buckets of water on you. Like everything
Yeah.
is just like,
It's kind of like the Turkish bath that we did in Turkey.
Yeah.
And then they oil you up. They give you a full body massage on the front, on the back. Then they give you a scalp treatment. They wash your hair, like get your scalp all exfoliated. Then they give you a facial and a face mask. And then they
It's
send
literally
you on your way.
like a 2-hour long like extravaganza. Like
For
it's like
$180.
literally was like spiritual. Like I was like,
Oh,
wow,
guys, it is so
unlike
so
anything
nice.
I've ever experienced. Really, I think when Michaela's here, I want to bring her to that. I want to bring Macy. I want to bring Dom. I'm like, guys, you have to experience this. It's freaking awesome.
But what's crazy is I was talking to Gabi, because I feel like being in there with a bunch of naked women, like it's just like, okay, obviously you like compare your body. And I feel like for the first time in a while, I was like in my head, like, oh my gosh, like my boobs are so much saggier than everybody else's. Like I'm the biggest girl here.
I had the
And-
opposite experience when I went, because I went right before I got my boob surgery, and I was like, oh, maybe I don't need my boobs done after all. Everybody's like looks the fucking same. Like nobody here has perfect boobs. Like everybody's
See, I
like,
thought everybody had perfect boobs there, except for me.
Hmm.
But then I reminded myself, Emma, nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody's looking at you. Just
yeah. Sometimes you
be
gotta
who you are.
really, really clock that and be like, ain't nobody thinking
Yeah.
about you. Everybody's thinking about themselves. Like nobody's thinking
There
about you as
was-
much as you're thinking about
There
you.
was one girl though who did look me up and down in the sauna when I was sitting down.
Like,
And I'm like,
okay.
what is she thinking in her head? And then I thought, it doesn't matter what she's thinking in her head, because it doesn't really affect me. You know, whatever she thinks about my body doesn't affect me.
Right.
So I moved on from it. I really enjoyed it. I embraced it. And
Would you go
now-
back?
Yeah. Every time I have to, I hate taking my spray tans off.
I knew you were gonna say this. I'm like, I know Emma's gonna do this, and she's gonna be like, every time I get a spray tan, I'm gonna come
Yeah.
here.
Every time
and
I get a spray
scrubbed
tan
off.
and I need to get it scrubbed off, I'm going there, because they really did help. They almost got my whole spray tan off.
I want to
for
go
me.
like once a month. Like it's really just like spend your whole day there. Like maybe I should do one Sunday a month. I'll save up some money.
Yeah,
put
I'll
towards
take
that.
you.
But you can get memberships, and then you can go anytime you want, and then you get discount on certain services, and they have a whole list of services. Like I'm like, that was only one thing that we did.
Yeah. I do feel like it would be a great, like during the holidays, sometimes you get like money, or like, family will give you money. Look up a local Korean spa, because I do feel like everybody in the new year should have some kind of activity where they unplug. Like they just fully get off their phone, because we're constantly
Just
on our
like a
phones.
solid like just full day. Turn
Yeah.
it off, like off.
But I kept telling mom when
It's
we were
just
there,
so,
I'm like,
like-
what if somebody's trying to call me right now? My
I
mom's like,
know.
nothing is so urgent that like you don't need to like.
That's what I
can't
feel.
call
I'm
me
like,
back in a
people
few
like are gonna
hours.
be like, yeah, texting me, calling me, like wondering why I'm not responding. But I'm like, that I kind of also hate that about phones. It's like you're so accessible and are expected to respond like that to people. And it's
Yeah.
like you can't even just read something and like, oh, I'll respond later. Like it's expected, like, oh, we all know everybody has their phone at all times. So it's like if you're not responding, then you're ignoring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's clear that if you're not responding to somebody, that you're ignoring them.
Yeah.
So it's like I hate that part about
I've gotten better though
technology
at
now.
like I don't need to respond to everybody, because I'm very much like, oh, I need to respond like now, or else I'm not going to. And then I'm like, it's fine. Like if it's like just a funny group chat
That's
message.
how I feel too. If people are calling me, like I feel like all day I'm like FaceTiming like Emma, my mom, Macy, Michaela, Bailey. Like I am Dom. I'm FaceTiming people all the time. And sometimes when people just keep calling me, I'm like, I don't have to answer this.
Yeah.
Like it's okay if I don't want to spend a 30 minutes right now talking to somebody on FaceTime because that's just gonna waste my time. I can
Call them
I
later.
can I can ignore
When you
it.
can sit down and like actually have a good conversation.
That's how I feel because I'm like also
Yeah.
like with our job, it's like we're not really doing anything. But I'm like, okay, at a normal 9 to 5, it's not normal to be on your FaceTime with friends for like 30 minutes at a time all the time. Like they couldn't just call you in the middle of the day and you answer. So it's
Yeah.
not like I'm like, okay,
People
it's
have more
fine.
access to us. a
Yeah,
little
I'm
bit.
just like, okay, it's gonna be okay if I don't answer this one FaceTime.
True. Okay, guys, to wrap up this episode, we did forget to ask you guys for funny wedding stories because last week we did that.
But also, if you have a funny wedding story, like you don't have to wait till we put up the question box. Like just DM it to Hefty Girls
yeah.
or to one of us on Instagram.
But I just used my good old Google and looked up funny wedding stories, and there are some silly ones here, some funny ones. This one says, I was dating this guy, and his sister sent out wedding invitations for the wedding in Hawaii. His mother offered to pay for us to attend. So the two of us and his parents flew out. At the airport, the happy couple greeted us, and we all went to dinner. There were lots of toasts and happy memories, and quite a few of her family members attended this dinner. The day of the wedding, my then boyfriend and I were woken up to a frantic banging on our hotel room door. It was his mom crying. Long story short, the groom-to-be let the bride know that he would not be attending the wedding. Turns out he never sent his family invites because he knew long before the wedding that he was going to bail. He just finally did it on the wedding day itself. What a wild trip that was.
That's evil. That's literally evil as fuck.
But also, like, it really is true. Like, you wouldn't know. Like,
What?
he could be like, oh yeah, I'm sending these invites to my family, just not send them, and then be like, yeah,
You're not gonna,
nobody's
you
really.
don't talk to any of their family member. Be like, oh, what's your mom gonna wear? Oh, like this. You know what I'm saying? You haven't talked to anybody.
But
on
I'm
that
sure
side of
he-
family is crazy.
But I'm sure he could just like fake it, you know, and be like, oh, like, yeah, my mom said she's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Dude, that's wild.
That's so fucking evil.
It's
Like to
also
just
wild
wait it out to be such of a PUSSY that you can't just like man up and tell her. Like you're gonna wait till the day of. Crazy. Like
No.
you could have avoided so much like embarrassment, heartbreak
And also,
if you just would have
money.
told her.
All of her family
Huh?
flew to Hawaii. Like it was expensive.
I hope that that's not a real story. Like that actually makes me so sad.
I think now, like I remember
Unless it was like he was trying to prove a point and like she cheated on him and he was like,
revenge.
I'm gonna show you bad.
Yeah, then it'd be okay.
Then I'd be like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
makes
we get it.
sense. But I feel like now that I'm actually in the wedding planning stages, I remember seeing on like TV and stuff, like, oh, like the groom bails or the bride,
Sex in the City,
like,
Mr. Big.
yeah, bails, whatever, and being like, okay, like it's not that big of a deal. Like everybody acts
You'll
like
move on.
it's
and
the
it'll be
worst
okay.
thing in the world for somebody to like stand you up at your wedding. And now that I'm like in it, I'm like,
It is
oh,
kind of the
that is
worst thing
actually
in
the
the
worst
world.
thing that could happen. Like you put so much time and effort and like
Money.
and you showing up as like you promising that you want to live the rest of your life with this person, and the fact that they're like not doing the same is like the most hurtful thing that could ever happen.
I don't know if I should say this because Joey listens to the podcast. Macy's like, do you think I'm gonna get cold feet like the day of the wedding? Like, does that happen to everybody? She's like, is that gonna happen to me? Like, I'm scared that that's gonna happen to me. Like, what if that happens? Do you guys feel that? Like you're like, what if I get to the day of and it's like,
No,
oh,
I do think like, oh my gosh, because
doesn't this like everybody get that?
no, I don't think that you get cold
They're gonna
feet.
get cold feet. No, he's locked in.
What?
He's locked in, loaded.
I just think that you like people are like, oh, like I want to be married, I want to like whatever. But when you like come to the realization that you're going to be spending the rest of your life with this person, you do really have to take like a check to be like, okay, like is
Am
this,
I sure? Yes.
yeah, like
Okay.
is this what I actually want? You know,
Or am I just getting swept up by wedding excitement?
yeah. So I think when people say they get cold feet, I think it's like that, like kind of that, like
That last
dun, dun,
check in with
dun,
yourself of like,
it's forever.
Yeah.
You can't like,
you're forever.
yeah.
Till
So-
death do you part, bro.
Well, I was talking to one of my friends and I was saying like, what's that? Like, what's so different about like marriage? Like everybody says marriage is like the first year of marriage is like the hardest, right? And I was like, I just don't understand.
So different than like dating, yeah.
Because I don't feel like it is. Because like I'm like, okay, we live together now. Like I feel like we are very committed to each other.
Your lives are so intertwined.
And
already.
what they were saying though is that like every fight feels so much heavier because it's like when you're just
gonna
dating,
be forever.
when you're dating, you always feel like you have like an out. And like of course there's divorce and stuff, but like you wouldn't want to get married just to get divorced. So she was saying like when you have arguments or like you notice a new character trait about your husband or whatever, and you're like, shit, like
oh, we're locked in.
yeah,
like there
like,
ain't going nowhere.
yeah, you can't like threaten to be like, well, then I'm just gonna leave and break
Then we're
up.
gonna break
Like
up, yeah.
I can just be single again.
Right.
So she was saying that's why I think the first year of marriage is hard because like you realize these arguments are like it just feels a little bit heavier. And I'm like, okay, that's like good to know.
Yeah.
That, like that is why. Because I was just so confused when everybody kept saying the first year of marriage is so hard. I'm like, but why? How? Yeah, explain it to me. Like, why is it hard? Like, can you guys help me out and like warn me? Because if there are emotions and feelings that I'm going to be feeling, I would love to know that it's normal to feel that way. That I now I feel like, okay, if we have an argument and I think like, oh my God, like this is going to be forever, that I can remind myself like, okay, it just feels heavy in this exact moment because like you have made this commitment and like it's going to be fine. Like this fight is no different than one that you had
when we were
you
dating. Yeah.
Do you have something to say, Selton?
Yeah, like you're saying, it's like when you're married, you're actually like fighting for something at that point. Like when, kind of, you know what I mean? Like when you're dating, it's kind of like, oh, I want to deal with this. But when you're married, like you have to fight for your marriage. Like marriage isn't easy. Like no one's compatible with anyone. Like you have to, either side has to either make compromises or they have to come to an agreement or something like that to work it out and keep it going. Like it's not going to be easy at all.
Yeah. Sounds in it for the long
Fight
haul.
for your right to party. No, that's to be married.
That's great advice. I just think it's weird that everybody says marriage is hard, but I'm like, okay, then why is everybody doing it? Like you all say marriage is hard, but like, okay, then like let's just not like why do people get married if it's so hard, you know? But then it's like, okay, it does make sense that like when something is hard, it's like worth having, you know?
Anything worth having is
like anything that's like, to me, I feel like, for example, it's like I appreciate things that like, say I saved up for like this jacket,
that was harder to get.
And I paid for that. Like knowing I paid for that compared to like someone just gave it to you is like, oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure. That's like something that you've like worked for.
Towards.
Yeah. But it's also like I don't know, because I do think people like stay in marriages that they shouldn't be in just because they're like, oh, it's supposed to be hard. Like it's supposed to feel like this. But I feel like there's like levels to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think the whole cold feet thing comes from, is this just normal conflict? Is this a normal, you know what I'm saying? Or Gabby's over talking about relationships.
It's caught in a landslide, no
She'll be there one day.
escape from reality. Any other stories? Let's do one more and we'll wrap this shit up.
Okay. At my ex friend's wedding, I
Do you
showed
want me to read
up.
it? Because you read the last one. Let me tell a story. Come on.
Okay, I didn't even read this whole one. I just read the first part, but I think it's the whole thing.
At my ex-boyfriend's wedding, I showed...
No. Ex-friend's wedding. Can you read?
Sorry. At my ex-friend's wedding, I showed up prepared to be the maid of honor. So, me. And found out from the makeup person that there was another maid of honor. We found out that she had two of us working as maids of honor secretly. We both quit. Oh, I lived 7 hours away, was in college and worked multiple jobs, so it was hard for me to get away and do wedding stuff. She constantly texted me and called me to tell me how horrible of a friend I was. Damn. She ended up telling this other person, it turns out that it was a distant cousin or something, that I was no longer the maid of honor and she was now on duty. Well, I was never told this, but I continued to do what I could from far away. It was really awkward. The other girl was so sad and hurt, but I just wanted to get out of there.
I just feel like I don't understand, like, what all is a maid of honor supposed to do?
Wait, one time, this is kind of crazy. This was like some girls from my high school somebody was getting married and they had like all of the bridesmaids come out, and one girl thought that she was a bridesmaid until like literally like day of wedding, and they were like, "Oh no, we just invited you to do the makeup," or like she wasn't like invited to the wedding or something crazy, and they were like, "Oh no, like you're not a bridesmaid, you're doing makeup for everybody." She was like, "What?" And she literally left and didn't go to the wedding. She flew home. Like, fuck you and fuck you too.
I just don't. Okay, I guess they
Like clear communication. That's a lack of communication.
It's fine for her not to be a bridesmaid, but she should have been told that.
Yeah.
No,
especially
okay.
if you're
I googled what are the maid of honor duties. Gabby, take some notes.
Planning. Oh, mom has been telling me.
The maid of honor is the leader of wedding planning process and is responsible for planning the bridal shower and bachelorette party. This includes gathering cost information, coordinating with the bridesmaids, and ensuring the bridal party is happy with the plans. Shopping. The maid of honor goes wedding dress shopping with the bride and helps the bride choose bridesmaids' dresses. This includes organizing shopping trips and coordinating online orders.
Really? Are you coordinating people's online orders for their dresses? No.
Next one. Supporting the bride.
That shit.
The maid of honor is the bride's right-hand person and provides support and assistance throughout the wedding process. That means that you have to hold my face fan if I'm sweating.
Okay.
That's how I want
that I can do.
But
coordinating people's dress orders, no, we're all adults here. Order your own fucking dress. What? That's so stupid.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's just like make sure like
pissing
this.
me off.
You don't want to have the bride like I don't want to be like hitting every one of my bridesmaids up like, hey, did you order your dress? Hey, did you order your dress?
She's a VP.
So you want me to do that?
I don't know. We'll have to
She's
talk about
the VP. It's kind of like
you're the president. I'm the vice.
The bride tells the maid of honor like this information, but like if anyone has any questions, they go to the maid of honor. They don't talk to the bride
on the day of, for sure.
Well, just like in general, I feel like the bride's already dealing with
hey,
like trying
guys,
to plan
you just need to ask her.
Untouchable.
Okay, listen. You just need it. Okay, we've gone like 2 hours at this point. Are we done?
Wait, I want to tell you the last few duties, and then we can be done.
Okay.
This is the
you need to ask your bridesmaid so we can make a group chat.
Yeah. We still have a second. Giving a toast. The maid of honor gives a toast at the reception, usually preparing notes in advance. Please, Gabby, prepare your notes.
Stick to your
about
notes.
special memories.
Don't make
and how
me
she
do
knows
this
the couple.
shit.
I'll literally write the speech for you. Do you want me to write it for you?
Gonna be stupid. For those of you who don't know me, I'm
has to come from the heart. You can't write it for her.
Well, okay. And then other duties. You may also check in with the bride party, mediate conflict. I like that one. Keep track of gifts and provide assistance with logistics and picking out wedding themes. Okay. So I think you're definitely up for the job.
I'm so glad you feel that way. I'm so glad you have faith in me because I don't have faith in me. As long as you do.
I love thinking about it as I'm the president and you're the vice president.
Yeah, I know you do.
We both are leading ladies, but I'm the leading lady.
And I'm the runner-up.
So, but this is the real question. Am I going to be the maid of honor in your wedding?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I thought you'd like pick a friend over me.
Well, I would probably want to, but that would hurt your feelings, so I'm not going to do that to you.
But it's your wedding, so I don't understand. And also...
No, your feelings would be hurt, so I wouldn't do that to you.
I don't know.
And you would get that shit done. Anybody's going to be a good maid of honor? Oh, that's MRLL.
You also can have two. Like you can have, because some people will have like a maid of honor and a matron of honor.
No, you're the one.
Okay, guys. Listen. Big news here. Really big news.
He could be the one.
Next episode is our Christmas special because it will be dropping on Christmas Day.
And we had a little rule, unspoken rule that we were going to do 10 episodes. This is the 10th episode, right? Yeah, this is the 10th episode. We had to get 10 episodes under our belt before we could bring on a guest. So now the floodgates are open, bruh. Let us know who you want us to bring on as guests because now we're going to be making room on the couch.
Yeah.
For our friends.
And this is what I wanted to say. All of your favorite podcasters, guess what they're going to be doing during the holiday season? Taking a break. And you're going to need to fill that void.
There's no rest for the wicked over here. We will be not taking any breaks. Because
we might even be putting some bonus episodes out. We might even be like giving you guys more content than you've ever seen before because this is the time where you're going to be at home and when your family's annoying you.
And when TikTok is banned.
No, and your family is going to be annoying you. You're going to have to go to your childhood bedroom and like you need something to do.
And watch and listen to.
And so like we're going to provide that for you
to guys. Escape from reality.
Caught in a landslide. Something
open your eyes and
see.
Did you guys notice that we swapped glasses?
Alphaba.
That's just like sister
Glenda.
things. You would
Alphaba.
understand if you had a
Glenda.
sister. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that.
Wait. They need to submit.
Emma, this episode is an hour 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're giving them content. Guys, last thing.
Right.
Because our brother's gonna be here, he's gonna be telling like crazy holiday sibling stories,
But
family
hey,
stories.
let's all remember we're on the same team, okay? You guys love us and we love you. We're not gonna let Josh or any guest get between us, guys. We're family, okay? We are de grande hermanas. Remember that, okay? Don't let Josh tell you anything that's going to sway your opinion of us or your view of us in any way, shape, or form, right? We're a team.
I think we're saying it wrong.
What?
It's not grande hermanas. That's sisters, girls.
Yeah, our big sisters. We're all sisters and we're big.
But I'm trying to say big.
I think it's sisters big. Like, you know how things are swapped in Spanish?
Hermanas. Bel grande. Nacho Bel grande.
La grande, bruh. Did you even take Spanish?
Okay, and we love you girls. We love you hefties. And
Che.
I'm really sad.
What?
I wanted to tell them what they should ask for Christmas.
You can, the next episode, like with Josh.
It's going to be too late. It's going to be dropping on Christmas. It's fine though. You guys know what you want. And if you don't, DM me. I'll help you. I'll write you a Christmas list. Okay, girls.
Bye.
Okay, hefties. We drop an episode every Wednesday.
You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
and
YouTube. YouTube, you get to see us. So I would say put that one on.
Okay.
And we don't even have ads yet because we can't even make any money. So you're listening ad free no matter freaking what.
Hey, you know what I have to say to them?
What?
Adios, amigas.
Adios, hermanas.
Bye.
Hi, girls. We're just so silly and we forgot to announce a giveaway winner from the last episode. So it's your lucky day. We're going to be announcing the giveaway winner next week. There's 2 of them, 2 winners on Christmas. And so you have another week to enter. So comment on this video your favorite.
No, you know what? As I'm the one who's going to be buying the gift cards, we're going to up it. So last episode, your entries still count. We're giving away 2 $100 gift cards to Sephora. We'll give away 2 more $100 gift cards to Sephora. And because nobody really listens to the podcast, your odds are very high that you might win. So comment below what guests you want us to have on in the future episodes. And also
Follow the Instagram.
Yeah, follow the Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube, and let us know of any crazy holiday family stories. Okay?
Let us know if family crazy. Where? On the Instagram?
In the comments.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Sel, tell them what you want to say. Sel,
Spotify,
your mic is on, Selton. Your mic is on. Spotify, Apple, YouTube.